conference. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to eat some dinner, but that's okay.
That's fine. I just had dinner.
I brought snacks.
I brought wine and water, so.
There you go.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi.
Let me try and move this around.
Nice to meet you, by the way.
You too. I saw you on Kaylee's call the other night. But
Yeah.
I get so nervous doing these things. So I like when people actually, I hate doing the Facebook Lives because I can't see other people.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I have to show my face, you have to show your face too.
It's only fair.
I'm going to try and share.
How does it work? Does it go around like?
I think if someone's talking, then it tries to throw their face up on the screen, and then it kind of just circles through the rest, I think is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Try and share my screen. Let me see if it works. Can y'all see my screen, or you still see my face?
Yeah. No, I can see it.
Okay.
I can see both.
Yeah.
Yay. Now the question is, can you see my husband? Because that's what I don't want you to see, because his computer is behind me and he's playing video games.
No, we can't see him.
So if you hear obscenities, it's not me.
You.
I have a 17-year-old. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait for a few people to get on. I wanted to try and make sure I could share my screen earlier, so everything works out. I'm glad. So how long, Jenny, you joined, what, 2 weeks ago? You're fairly new?
No, in May. I joined in May.
Oh,
so the middle of May. So
sorry.
That's still fairly new.
And then Tina, when did you join?
May 13th.
Okay, so both in May.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think mine's like the 15th or 16th, so something like that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I don't expect you to keep track. I don't even know the exact date, so it's cool.
Hold on, my dog wants in. Come on, go lay down.
I'm gonna keep looking over here because I have 2 screens. So the camera's right here, but everybody else is right here.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's go to do that. What are you having for dinner?
Spaghetti. Sorry.
Perfect timing.
I didn't want to miss it, so I brought my plate upstairs.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I hope you guys don't mind that I'm eating. I'm starving.
No, go ahead.
No, I don't care. Hi, Bree. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I didn't know if this was working. I've never done this before.
No baby yet?
That I wish.
We'll give it like till 9:05, and then if they're not on, they can just wait.
I'm gonna let my upline know.
Hi, Charity.
Hi.
I'm trying to figure my phone out.
I was just texting you right now.
I cannot figure it out.
Hey, Jennifer. Other
What?
Jennifer.
Where is it?
Hi, Ben. Hey, Ashley.
I'm going to put my mic on mute because I am hiding from the children and there's a loud frog out here.
Okay. Ashley, can you hear me?
Yeah, I did not know you'd see me. This is not good.
I think you're beautiful.
Oh, hi. This is fun. Okay.
Bye.
Oh, Ben's saying bye. Is there a frog?
Yeah. Is there a frog?
I heard a frog.
All right, let me see who's all in here.
Bye. Look at Ben. I didn't just hop out of the shower.
All right, 2 more minutes, and then I swear I'll start talking. Thank you all for getting on tonight. I know it's short notice, but I know if I keep putting this off, I just won't do it. So like, I'll go ahead and schedule it, and whoever can get on, get on. And then it's just a PowerPoint slide. So at the end, I'm going to like upload the albums, upload the pictures to an album so that you can go back and look at them. Because for me, I'm like a very visual person, and I need to see it. So I need someone to like explain it to me, and then I have to see it after. So hopefully both of those will help.
I'm blind, sorry.
Say what?
I was like staring. I couldn't see.
Oh. Is it, if you're on your phone, can you see? Is it small?
Oh, I'm on my laptop.
Oh, okay. Just kidding.
I just took my glasses off.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start talking. And if I start rambling, please tell me because I get nervous on these things. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Hang on. I may need Steven to help me get it on the right side of the screen. Hey, Steven. Steven. I need help. Hang on a second. So when I click slideshow, it pops up on that side, but I need it to pop up on that side. How do I drag it over there? We may be able to hit more. I don't know. Can I just make this bigger? View.
I don't know who all's on here. I'm Ashley. Who else is on here?
Ashley and
Mary.
Jenny.
Charity.
Tina.
Jenny.
Cool. Why do I only see 4 people? Hi. This is fun.
Sorry guys, hang on just a second. I'll just do it like this. I'll do it like this. This is fine. This is fine.
You can just set that as your.
I know, but it's okay. Okay, can y'all see my screen okay over here? If it's not full screen, does that bother anybody? Okay. Hi, Mary.
I see him like this tiny. Is that what you're talking about?
Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to start talking. I'm going to talk about the pay plan, obviously. If you've been in Posh for a while, at least a week, you know that we get paid every single Wednesday for the sales from the previous week. So our pay week is Sunday through Saturday. So today is what? Wednesday. Like today is the 5th. So today we would have gotten paid for Sunday, July 25th, all the way through Saturday, July 1st. So the previous week you get paid on Wednesday. I don't know if anybody knew that or didn't know that. And then our bonuses from, if you rank up from pink to premier, if you rank up, you get your bonus pay on the 10th of the next month. And then you also get your team pay. And then any extra bonuses, so like this new bonus program that they're coming out with, that'll be paid monthly. And then it's on the 10th, but the last few months we've been getting paid on like the 6th or the 7th, which is pretty cool. So that's just how and when we get paid. And then we'll go into the actual pay plan part of it, which is where it looks confusing. So if you're a Protege or a Pink and you're looking at Pink Plus One and you're like, what do all these numbers mean? I have no idea. What I'm going to do is take it like one by one and kind of go over it. And if you're a Pink Plus One, don't look at Premier numbers because it looks totally scary. You never want to even think about it. So just take it line by line, and when you hit pink plus 1, then look at pink plus 2. Like, just don't even look ahead because it seems scary. So just a few little terms. If you see the term PV, that's personal volume. So that's any orders that you put in for yourself or any orders that your customers put in under you. So that's your own personal volume. And until you have a team member under you, that's the only thing you'll have. And then team volume is obviously your team volume. So if Ashley recruited somebody, then Ashley's sales and the person who she recruited would count for Ashley's team. And then if the person who Ashley recruited someone else, all 3 of those people would be Ashley's team. So it's not just the people she directly sponsors, it's everybody. And then company, for right now, until you hit Premier, company and team volume are the same thing, because that's a whole nother ballgame, and we won't get into that. And then qualified frontline, I know you've seen the qualified, are you qualified to shop? So qualified means that you have 200 PV, that personal volume, in 1 month. So once you start getting into leadership ranks, which is pink plus 1 and up, you have to have a certain amount of QFCs, which is your qualified frontline. So that's people directly under you that have 200 PV. So the next slide is a bunch of people's faces. And if I've used your picture and you don't want it here, I'm terribly sorry. You can sue me. I don't, whatever. They're Facebook profile pictures, so they're all public. So my front line, so I'm at the top. My front line is going to be this next line under me. So any of those people who have 200 PV, they're going to be my qualified front line. Now you see Ashley, she's recruited 4 people under her. So say Kayla or Kaylee get 200 PV, they are not going to be, they're going to be Ashley's front line, not my front line, if that makes sense. So it's the people you directly sponsor that are that qualified front line for you.
And we don't get paid for their sales until they hit 200, correct?
You don't get paid.
Does that make sense?
No, as long as you're hitting your
I
rank.
forgot how that works.
Yeah, as long as you're hitting your rank, you get paid on your downline.
So 500.
Yes, the 500.
But they can make $60 and we still get paid.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
I always have a hard time explaining that to people.
Because it goes based on your front line. And I'll have a graphic for that in just a minute. With this new Posh Payplan, so that's, or the Posh Payplan Plus, that's what they came out with the other day. And I kind of like tried to put little pictures in here to kind of tie it to what we're talking about. So if you knew about Posh Points, we're not doing Posh Points anymore. And that's really not a big deal because they've replaced it with cash and perks, and I'm cool with that. So if you have a qualified, so say I get qualified this month, I get $5 in perks to my account. If Brittany and Ashley and Bree get qualified, they get $5 to their account, and I get $5 per them. So like if you recruit someone and they get 200 PV that month, you get $5 in perks, which is pretty cool because with points, you used to get a certain amount of points for qualified frontline, but now you get perks, which you can spend on actual product, which I like better than the random points. And then of course, you know about the qualified to shop. Does anyone not know about qualified to shop or have questions about that? Is it kind of confusing?
So can I just reiterate?
Yes.
So for every person that gets 200, I'm slow, sorry. For every person that gets 200, I get 5, like under me, I get 5, whatever, dollars
Yes.
in perks, right?
Right.
And then that person gets $5 in perks, whoever is qualified, instead of
the points.
Instead of points. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Because used to, with the points, you would get the points, but they wouldn't get points for being qualified. So now both people get something.
Okay. And are they still doing qualified to splurge or to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're basically the splurge of the month is like the exclusive that comes out. It's the 3rd Thursday every single month. So if you're qualified, if you have 200 PV by that Tuesday night, then you can shop early on Wednesday. If you're not, then you can shop regular on Thursday. Typically it lasts till Thursday, but not always. I think the only 2 things that didn't last were the Shamrock mask in March and that Tanner last month. Well, no, the Tanner lasted a whole nother day. But sometimes they do sell out. But it's typical if you don't want it, like if you know you want to get it, then it's better to be qualified by the
Day before.
3rd Tuesday.
Sorry, these $5 that will be perks, do you know if those have expiration dates?
I don't know that. Thanks for asking me a question I don't know the answer to.
You're welcome. That's
I'm gonna say I think all perks have 2 years of expiration, so I'm gonna say that's what it is. But I don't know. This is brand new, so I don't know 100%.
okay.
I don't think that they would take it away in a month, but don't quote me on that.
Right.
So the next one. So now I'm just gonna start going up through the ranks. So Protege is where you start out, and you're making 20% off your personal sales. So that means on the pay week, you put in an order of $1,000 in 1 week. The next week, I suck at math, don't judge me. The next week, you get $200 on your paycheck. You can add people. You can add new team members from day 1, but you're not going to get paid on their volume until you're ranked Pink +1. However, that shouldn't deter you from recruiting because you're never going to get to Pink +1 if you don't have the team. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So when you're a Protege, your main goal should be pushing to Pink, which is $1,000 in lifetime volume. So that's not a monthly thing. So if you join in January, you can get $100 every single month, and eventually you're going to hit Pink. Some people hit it in a month. Some people hit it in 2 years. There's no you have to hit Pink by this time. When you're a Protege, you should be working to Pink, and then you should be working for those 30, 60, and 90-day prop goals. Because if you hit all of them, you're getting $360 in perks, which is, I think that's good enough. I think that's a nice thing to be working towards. So it's something you don't want to miss out on. So the next rank is going to be Pink. And this is where a lot of people tend to get stuck because they're afraid of recruiting, or they don't want to recruit because they don't know they just don't know. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm still new at this, or so they just don't recruit, or they're scared to. So once you hit Pink, you promote up to 25%. So say you join on January 1st and you hit Pink January 31st. You're actually going to get paid 25% of that first month because you hit it in the same month. So can I use you as an example, Bree? You hit Pink last month?
Yes.
You hit Pink last month. So her whole PV from last month, whatever it was, she ended up getting 25% on it because she hit Pink that month. So on the 10th of this month, she'll get the 5% bonus check. So that's kind of if you have a lot of PV in a certain month and you're almost at Pink, it's better to go ahead and get it because then you get that 5% bonus check. Again, at Pink, you can add team members, but you won't get paid on their volume until the next rank. And then at Pink, you should be pushing for the 90-day prop goals because if you already hit 30 and 60, then you've already hit the Pink. And then your main goal should be establishing a customer base and then recruiting. So it's really important. For me, when I joined, I was just excited. I had no idea what I was doing. So I just joined and I made sales and, I was 6 months in and I never followed up with any of the customers for my first 6 months. So I lost a whole bunch of customers because I was just like, oh, I got a sale, I'm excited. But I never followed up with them and said, hey, did you run out of soap or did you run out of BFF? So between Protege and Pink +1, you're wanting to get those customers and then maintain them. So follow up every 2 to 3 months and say, hey, do you need something else? Because if not, you'll just lose them like I did. Does anyone have any questions about Pink? It's I think the hard part is going from Pink to Pink +1. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck because they're afraid of recruiting. So the next rank is going to be Pink +1. And then this is where we start getting that Posh Payplan Plus thing that just came out the other day. This is where you start getting rewarded on that. So for Pink +1, you're going to get that 25% personal commission and then a 1% bonus. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but I promise at the end, it adds up. And then you also start getting paid on your front line. So that's the people that you recruit. So to hit this, and I'll probably show the picture on the next slide and come back. But to hit this, you have to have 2,000 in team volume. And then when you are Pink Plus One or above, you have to have 500 personal volume to get paid on your team. So that's why when you start out, the 30, 60, and 90 days are all $500 goals, because they're trying to go ahead and say, hey, this is kind of what you need to be doing. You don't have to do $2,000 a month. Obviously you're going to get paid more if you do, but you have to do the $500 a month to get paid on your team. So you need 500 personal, 2,000 team. So if you have 500, that's only $1,500 that you have to come up with, that your team has to come up with. And then one of the people on your team needs to be qualified, which means they have 200 PB. So I'm going to show you a picture, and this is where it kind of gets confusing. So this is you. You have 500, and you have recruited 3 people. So you went through your 30, 60, 90, which is you get 3 recruits, right? So you have 3 people, and they all have 500 in PV because they're working on their prop goals. So just with 3 people, they all have a $500 launch party. You're Pink Plus One. And then this is an example paycheck. So the PV commission is going to be the 25% that you make throughout the month, and then also the 1% bonus from that 26%. And then the downline bonus is $30. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot. So Pink Plus One is kind of that stepping stone. It's where you're getting paid on your team, but it's also like the stepping stone to build to go to Pink Plus 2, because obviously the higher you go, the more you're going to make. So don't be like, oh, I did all this work and all I got was $30 from my team. That's it. Okay, I'm done. I quit. Because your goal is to get them to start getting to Pink Plus One too. So when they get to Pink Plus One, it's just kind of a natural progression. It's not like you have to build an entire team worth of people. You're helping your people build, and then they build too. So it's not you doing all the work. And then going back to that first slide, so the Posh Payplan Plus, if you promote to Pink Plus One between July and October, you get $50 in perks. So say, who's pink? So let's see. Bree, I keep picking on you because your picture's up first. I'm totally sorry. So say Bree is pink this month, and she adds 3 people this month who have a $500 launch party, and she hits Pink Plus One. She's going to get a $50 in perks, and then for the next 3 months, so July, August, September, and October, if she hits her rank all of those months, all total, she's going to get $110 in perks. And then, who has questions? I know this is confusing, and I don't want to just ramble. Is there questions?
Do we get that in perks or in cash?
Pink Plus One and Pink Plus 2 is perks, and then Pink Plus 3 up is cash.
Ooh, okay.
So.
I'm slow. Sorry. Are you drinking wine?
Yes.
Jealous.
It's been a rough day. So, any questions on that? So the next 2, sorry,
one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm terrible, I know. So if you reach those goals month 1, you get that. It doesn't have to be consistent months to get any of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you get it like the first month, you'll get those perks.
Yes.
But if you don't get it the next month, that's okay. But you may get it the next month again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's per month basis. And then she could, so say you hit it in September, you'd still get the $50 in September, and then if you maintained it in October, you'd still get the $20. Like it's a rotating thing. It's not you have to get it this month. It's from July to October.
Okay.
And then if you're currently, is anybody, I don't know who's on here, so like charities, Pink Plus 2. So the next one, where is it? So the next one, the maintenance. So what they are is a payout or an advancement payout, which is the big one. That's the first one. And then there's maintenance payouts, which are the, if you maintain it, you get this. So charity is Pink Plus 2. So if she maintains her rank this month in July, she'll get $40 in perks. That type thing. Like here's Pink Plus 3. I'm skipping around, but I'll go back, I promise. So Ashley, you are Pink Plus 3. If you hit your Pink Plus 3 numbers this month, you'll get $50 in cash. That makes sense?
And so the new advancement payout is if you just hit it that month, if you just hit that rank.
Correct.
Okay.
So if you're a current rank, you are eligible for the maintenance ones. But if you promote, obviously, then you would get that too.
And that's $350 cash. Now, what about if you go back to Pink Plus 2? That's perks.
Pink Plus 2's perks, $100 in perks.
So you don't get cash until Pink Plus 3.
Right. Unless you hit monthly award. But we'll talk about that later. That's cash.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit my Pink Plus 3.
Okay. Okay, I did Pink Plus 1, so we'll start talking about Pink Plus 2. So Pink Plus 2 is basically double Pink Plus 1. So you're kind of going through that same thing. You're just trying to get your people who you recruited to do exactly what you just did. I mean, it's, you know, if you just support them and get them to do stuff, that's when you start growing. But the thing is, it's not all about them because you have to keep maintaining your personal business because you still have to get that 500 PV every month. And it seems like a big number, but once you get in the swing of it, and once you get those customers from your launch party and you get some other parties, you can, if you perfect your follow-up, it's the 500 is pretty easy. So you have to have 500 personal volume, 4,000 team volume, which if you have your 500, that's only 3,500 outside of it, and then only 2 qualified frontline. So that's 2 people under you with 200. And then you should be focused on your personal business so you can keep getting that 500 and then also supporting your team. So when you hit Pink Plus 2, you don't need to like run out and start a team page. Like obviously the people under you are going to start growing, but you can still use the team pages that you're already on right now to just use those. So don't, you know, if you are working on your personal business and you're trying to recruit, you don't need to spend that time that you could be building your business by trying to make a team page and do all that. That's a whole nother training. So if you advance to Pink Plus 2 between now and October, you would get $100 in perks just for promoting. And then if you maintain it the 3 months after, you would get $40 in perks. So all total, you could get $220 in perks, which is pretty awesome if you think about it. And then here's an example paycheck. So there's you with 500 PV. And then you have one person under you who hit pink and they're doing a really good job. They found a few recruits. They're working on their props. And then you have one person who did nothing. And I'm going to put a 0 person on all of these because it's the truth. You're going to have people who join. They either join for the kit, they join for the discount, and then they just don't do anything. They never log into their back office. So I don't want you to get disheartened or discouraged if you have people who do nothing because it happens every day, all the time. So I'm always going to put a 0 in here. And then you have somebody who's working on pink, they're working on their props, they got 700 in PV, and they added a recruit. And then you have one person who is doing a good job, they're qualified, they got 300, and then you got a rock star who is working on Pink Plus 1. So you got all these people, and then here's kind of the breakdown. So your personal commission, you would get $140, and then your downline bonus would be $80, and your total would be $220. So you made $220 that month. And this is an Excel sheet. It's called a commission calculator. And you just literally put in all your information and it does it for you. And it gives you kind of like a roundabout idea. Also, I forgot to say, but you get your 25% commission at Pink Plus 2 and then an additional 3%. So you're up to 28 commission on that. Any questions about Pink Plus 2? Am I rambling? Is this bad? Should I change it? Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just talking. Okay, so Pink Plus 3. I personally think Pink Plus 3 is when you start to see a significant paycheck to where you can, you know, start contributing to your household, paying your bills, things like that. It seems 8,000 team volume seems like such a big number. But when you are actively working your business and actively adding people and supporting them, it just kind of comes. It just comes naturally. So I don't want you to be sitting at Pink right now thinking there's no possible way you can get to 8,000 team volume because it's totally possible. So again, you start out at your 25%, and then at Pink Plus 3, you get an extra 5%. So you're already up to 30% commission. And if you think about it, if you place a $100 order, you're pretty much getting 40% off because you're getting your 30% commission and then 10% on back in perks. So that's 40% off, and then you can go and sell that stuff retail and make even more. So then you get paid. So the higher rank you get, the more you get paid on your downline. So the higher the percentages go up. And this is just a math thing, and I'm terrible at math, so that's why I use that calculator. So with this, you need 8,000 team volume. 7,500 of it would be outside of your 500. 3 qualified frontline, which is 3 people under you with 200. And then you should be, again, focused on personal business and team support. And then the cool thing, this Posh Payplan, you get, so if you rank to Pink Plus 3, so like Charity is Pink Plus 2 right now, if she ranks up this month, she would get $350 in cash on her Posh Pay account. And I think that's amazing. I mean, I think that's definitely something we're striving for and worth pushing for. We've never had, I've been with Posh for 2.5 years now, and this is one of the most generous programs. Like, it's, you know, perks or prizes or products. Like, they have never thrown out cash like this except for the monthly award. This says I have 9 minutes remaining. So if this closes down, I'm just going to open it back up, and you can click on that same link. So if Charity hits Pink Plus 3 this month, she will get $350 extra. And then if she maintains the rank for the next 3 months, she's going to get another $50 each month. So in 4 months, she could be making an additional $500 on top of her personal commission, on top of her team commission. So that's a pretty substantial paycheck when you think about it. And then when I talk about maintaining, let me show you this. So here's an example paycheck for that one. And you can just kind of, I don't have to like totally describe it, but obviously your team's growing. They're getting people under them. So if you're ranked Pink Plus 3, you have $500 in PV. You're going to get $150 of that as personal commission, and then your downline bonus is going to be $294. So you can see the higher rank you go, your personal volume kind of, like your personal commission kind of goes down and your downline bonus goes up because you're getting a higher percentage. So all total, she would have made $444 that month. But if she had hit it that month, she would have made, again, something like $700 because she would have made the $444 plus the $350. So that almost doubles her earnings if she promotes this month. No pressure. Anybody have any questions about Pink Plus 3? I think Pink Plus 3 is like a nice little sweet spot because you're making pretty good money. You don't have to like break off. I mean, obviously you want to be pushing for Premier, but you don't want to like, you don't have the team, and because once you're Premier, you kind of break off and do your own thing. But Pink Plus 3, you're making good money. You're building your team. I just think it's a nice little.
Do you know when they will pay out this?
Monthly. So.
Like on the 10th, like bonuses or different?
Yeah, on the bonus checks.
They'll all be one check.
It'll probably be 2 separate deposits, I'm guessing, just so on the itemized part on your Posh Pay, you'll know what's what.
Cool.
That's what I'm thinking.
So again, until you are ranked at Pink Plus 3 or making those numbers, you don't get cash. You just are getting perks.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Does that make sense? Sorry.
Yeah.
Glad you clarified because I thought that was all money.
Yeah. Perks are
good.
Yeah.
I like my perks.
And then I put Premier on here because I know we have many people pushing for Premier. So Premier, you make your 25% commission, and then you make an additional 6%. Now, I forgot to say this at the beginning. You'll make your 25% every single week, and then the bonuses will come on the 10th of the month. So you'll make your 25% commission on your weekly checks, and then that big 6% bonus would come on your entire month's PV on the 10th of next month. And I'd rather have it in a big chunk at one time because then I don't spend it all. And then you're also getting paid higher on your ranks of people. So to hit Premier, you need 20,000 team volume, which is a pretty substantial jump from that 8,000 at Pink Plus 3. So going from 8,000 at Pink Plus 3 to 20,000 Premier team volume. And then you need 4 qualified frontline. So 4 people under you with 200. And then you should be focused on personal business, which you should always be focused on your personal business, and then team management. And I put team management instead of team support because at Premier, you take a larger leadership role. And this is where you start a team page, and when you start doing your own trainings and you start reaching out to people under you and you kind of create your own leadership thing in your own team. So if somebody hits Premier in this Posh Payplan thing, they get $550 cash, which is awesome. So just for hitting Premier, you get $550, and then if you maintain that for 3 months, you get $150 each month. So all total, in the next 4 months, somebody could be making $1,000 extra, which I think is awesome.
Yes, please.
And then here's an example paycheck for Premier. So say they have $500 in PV, and they have a pink plus 3 under them. They have a pink plus 2, 2 pink plus 1s, a few pinks, and a few proteges. And they would get $155 off of their PV, and then $620 off of their downline. So their total check could be $775. And all of these example paychecks are just, I put in random rounded numbers. Obviously, depending on your team and who's what rank, it could be more, it could be less, depending on the bonuses you get. It's just kind of a roundabout. I have 4 minutes left and 2 slides. I'm just going to run through this real quick, and then we can hop back on if you have questions. So the monthly award is, you can earn it 3 ways. You either need 1,000 PV and 3 recruits, or 1,500 PV. That's totally wrong, guys. 2 recruits. Sorry. 1,500 PV and 2 recruits, or 2,000 PV and 1 recruit. So this kind of goes to, like, some people are way better recruiters than they are sales, at personal sales, and some people are way better at sales than they are recruiting. So they kind of give you 3 different options. So if you hit, and then this is per month. So if you have, so this month, if someone has 1,000 PV and 3 recruits, they're going to get $100 cash. That's it. Like, there's no this or that, or you have to rank, you have to do this. This is a personal thing. So if somebody, and then the Posh year starts in July. So this is the first month. So if you hit monthly award from July all the way to next June, you could earn $1,200 in cash. And then on top of that, if you hit all of them, you're going to earn $3,000. So that's an additional $4,200 a year in just cash. That's awesome. So I hit the annual award last year before last, I guess, and it was 500, 1,000, and 2,000. So they've amped it up a whole lot, which I think is awesome. And you get paid on your monthly. So Mary, are you going to keep going for monthly?
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome motivation. So I have a question though. So is it still 369? The annual is 9 months, or did they switch it to 12?
It's 9.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I got that.
And then obviously if you hit all 12, you would get the 100 for each time, which I think the cash for just hitting it per month in itself is motivation for me. I mean, yeah. And then the extra stuff on top of it. So the 3 monthly awards, so say from July to June, in those 12 months, if you hit the monthly award 3 times, you get an extra $500 at the end of the year. I mean, some people can just do that by accident. If you're not working to do it every single month, you could possibly hit monthly award just by having a really, really good month. So does anyone have questions about the monthly award? I love the monthly award. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's something that you have to tell yourself, I'm going to get this. Because if you don't, midway through, you're like, meh, I'll just wait till next month. But it's definitely worth it if you do it. And this is the biggest way to see your business grow that I've found. If you're working towards that, you're getting the recruits, you're getting your sales, it just kind of naturally comes with it. 1 minute and 28 seconds. This is the last slide. And it's basically just kind of an overview of the Posh Pay thing. Something that I want to talk about is maintaining your rank. So let's go back to Pink Plus 1. So if you hit your $2,000 in team volume, you hit all the qualifications. You have 2,000 team volume, your 500 PV, and your 1 qualified frontline in June. You have to have the same thing in, did it end? No, it's still going. You have to have the same thing in July to get paid at these numbers. So if you don't have the same thing in July, you're going to get paid at pink, if that makes sense. So you have to have you have to meet the numbers every single month to keep getting paid at that number. And I think this is going to end in like 10 seconds. Hang on.